The movie Blade doesn't have many fully realized characters. Most are minor and forgettable, but for Dr. Karen Jensen to be the most important person in this entire movie, only to get glossed over like a stepchild, is absolutely unacceptable. Dr. Jensen is played by Mbushi Wright, and what we know of the character is that she's a hematologist from New York City. That's it. That's her entire backstory. The most that they gave us was that this guy was one of her exes. Yeah, anyway, she doesn't appear in the comic books at all. The writers literally created her to be a conduit for the audience in order to get information about this world and the main characters in it. And I'm cool with that. But my thing is that if she only exists as a function of Blade's story, then why did y'all give her the greatest capacity for story in this movie? Let me cook for a minute because y'all don't hear me. This regular doctor is randomly attacked by a charred corpse in the middle of the night shift. She exists in a world that most people already understand, but then she's literally thrown out of it and into a world of blood, gore, and trauma. If it weren't for Blade being who he is, I'd argue that a solo film with just her as the main character is more compelling to watch. Now, the complexity with her character revolves around the concept of her not understanding her place in this new reality that she's trapped in. She can't go back to her old life because she can turn into a vampire at any moment. She can't even run because she's been marked, and so they're gonna kill her eventually. And she will make a terrible vampire hunter because 1, she's soft. And 2, she's not trained in any form of combat. She's just a doctor. She's scared, confused, and has no one to guide her.
You better wake up. The world you live in is just a sugar-coated topping. There is another world beneath it, the real world. And if you want to survive it, you better learn to pull the trigger.
Now, by my standards, that's a terrible motivational speech. But this is a point in the movie that sets up her growth and how she's going to survive in this world. Not by their standards as hunters, not by being a victim or becoming a vampire. She decides to use the experience and knowledge that only she has to develop a cure. This is the North Star on her journey. This makes her willing to toss aside her sense of morality in order to save her humanity. Now, this is what I wish the movie would have leaned into more, because when we see that her resolve is tested, she goes full tilt.
They moved.
She will stay alive long enough to develop that cure. But the movie just fails her. Like, an example is when Whistler tells her that she has a few days before she turns into a vampire. No one cares. Instead, she gets kidnapped, and then they set the stage for Blade to fight Magra. And I'm cool with that. I know that the movie is named Blade, but why give me the information if y'all ain't gonna circle back to it? We don't even know if she developed the cure. Sure, it's implied, but it's never confirmed. Maybe it would have made the movie too long. Maybe they didn't have the budget to pursue expanding her story. But I will stomp my feet on the fact that she is the big deal in this movie. She discovered the energetic reaction from mixing vampire blood with EDTA. She developed the cheat code for Blade to win the fight against Magra. In fact, if it weren't for her, Blade would have been dead long before the fight even happened. Think about it. When she got dropped into that hole with her zombified ex, what did she do? She beat him with the bone, then used that bone to climb out of the dungeon in order to find Blade before he died from blood loss. If it weren't for her, Blade would have been dead in the tomb or fighting Magra. Dr. Karen Jensen is the only character that has to adapt to this world in real time. Everyone else already belongs there. Her story ain't about power, it's about survival. And in a movie filled with monsters, demons, and vampires, she starts off as helpless and becomes the reason why Blade saved the world. For a character to be that essential, it's wild how quickly the story just moves on from her. But maybe I'm bugging. What y'all think? Let me know how y'all really feel about Dr. Karen Jensen. And if you want more videos like this, just follow for more, because I'll be breaking down more characters in the next coming videos. Till then, I'm Tariq, and this is The Cut.